10 reasons on why you should overcome your telephone prospecting anxiety. If you've got telephone prospecting anxiety, I only have one thing to say to you: get the hell over it. This isn't complicated stuff. The reason you suffer anxiety is because you're listening to your mum. You know, when you were growing up, mum said, don't talk to strangers, it's rude to interrupt. She never told you those rules don't apply as a grown-up, did she? So for the love of God, stop listening to your mother. You're a grown-up. You've left home. Well, you should have. If you're watching this and you're still at home, leave. You're allowed to phone a stranger and you're allowed to interrupt people. If you can't do that, I suggest you get out of sales. Number one, most people are reasonable. Believe it or not, when I prospect, I don't meet many hostile people. I will occasionally, that's part of life. But most people are reasonable. They're not sitting at their desk, looking at their phone saying, I hope a salesman calls because I can't wait to dump on them. Just doesn't happen. So don't worry about it. Number two, most people are polite, and if they don't want to talk to you, will politely exit the call. Like I said in a previous video, very few people are sitting there waiting for you to call so they can dump on you. Occasionally it happens, but as I say, most people will politely just say, look, I don't have time for this, try me later. That's fine. You move on. Your job isn't to get into a fight with everyone and beg them to talk with you. Number three, occasionally you're going to encounter a knob. Dicks are everywhere. You'll meet one at the supermarket. You'll meet one at the cinema. You probably sit next to one in the office. You're going to run into knobs wherever you go in life. So telephone prospecting is the same. Yes, you will meet the odd person when you pick up the phone that's in a mood or is grumpy or snaps at you. Do you know what makes me laugh? Whenever someone gets angry when I prospect them, I know one thing. It means they're having a worse day than me. Number four, if you have a structure to a telephone call that enables you to do your job, which is to move someone from intellect to emotion, guess what sort of conversations you start to have? Actually, really good ones. Most conversations I have with prospects tend to go well. They're non-hostile, they open up. And do you know how much information I can get out of a stranger if I tap into the right things? A lot. Number five, human beings have been programmed to answer questions from the moment you were born. You have answered every question pretty much put to you without question. It is a habit. I know this. So I know that when I pick up the phone and prospect, if I ask a prospect a question, the chances are they're gonna answer. Now, I might not like the answer, too bad, but they will answer. So your job, your skill set is to develop questions in a structure that will enable your prospects to open up to you. And people will. I do it all the time. Number six, gatekeepers. They have a job to do, and they have two functions. Never put through the wrong call, always put through the right call. You too are doing a job. Your job is to get past the gatekeeper. It is a game. If you see this as more than a game, then you're over intellectualizing it. My job is to get past the gatekeeper to a decision maker. That's it. They're doing their job. You do yours. Number seven, if you feel any pressure on a prospecting call, it is all self-generated. There is no pressure. No one's standing next to you with a gun to your head saying, make these calls. The pressure you feel is generated by how you respond and react to what a prospect says. Now, because most of you have not been taught how to communicate, when somebody says something that upsets you, you let it upset you. That upset causes pressure. They ask you a question and your mum screams at you, you better answer the man. That is the pressure, but that's all in your head. If you learn how to control those voices, if you learn how to control how you respond, then there is no pressure. All pressure on a sales call is self-generated. Stop it. Number eight, the greatest thing in your head is also the greatest Achilles heel. It is your brain. It is the thoughts, the feelings. It is your experiences, both past and present. All the things in between your ear interfere with your ability to do your job. I know that the average salesperson, when the phone is dialing to a CEO or a managing director, do you know what they're thinking? Please don't answer. They're already self-sabotaging. And then somebody answers and they're like a deer in headlights. They don't know what to do because they kind of were hoping or not expecting them to be there. You shouldn't be doing that. That is all head trash. It's all the crap in between your ears. You are allowed to phone strangers. You are allowed to interrupt busy people. You do not have to answer a question. You start telling yourself that in your head and you're going to be better. Number nine, you're going to get a lot of no's. Prospecting comes from gold mining. How much rocks, how much dirt do you have to wash in order to find gold? A lot. Most salespeople think they're alchemists and their job is to turn everything to gold. Everyone they touch on, everyone they phone on should just suddenly be an opportunity. No, right now, within 10 miles of you, there's probably 50 companies that you could call. But unfortunately, only 3 or 4 of them need what you have right now. Your challenge is, I've got to find that 3 or 4 in the 50, which means you may end up talking to 46 no's before you get to the goal. So no is part of the job. No doesn't mean you're failing. No just means you're getting closer to the goal. Number 10, prospecting works. How do I know this? I built a business out of prospecting. I work with an organization that has a market value of £1 billion, and it's all built on telephone prospecting. The losers, the idiots, the social justice warriors, the online social media, all the people that tell you prospecting is dead, people don't want to talk to people are idiots. Talking to human beings got us this far, and we can't stop it now. Telephone prospecting works, so do it. And that's why you need to look in the mirror and overcome your telephone prospecting anxiety.